As you can see behind me, 6A13TT, 2.5 V6 twin turbo VR4 motor, Mitsubishi, a lot of motor, and you can see she's had a bit of a hard life, a little bit filthy, a little bit dirty, a little bit pre-loved. We got some funny bits going on. We've got bits of loom in here that's all, kind of manky. Needs a clean basically. So I need to pull the box, pull the transfer case, and to do all the turbos and stuff like that, it's just better to clean it now.
Perfect.
So before putting it on the engine stand, while it's still, mostly sealed up as it is, it's a good time, a good chance to kind of mask things off and get the gurney on it, give it a good scraping, good scrubbing, get some parts cleaner, and what I actually like to use is a bit of oven cleaner when it's in this state anyway. So we get a bit of oven cleaner in there, give it a good scrub. It only takes 5-10 minutes to really kind of work its magic. You can see what it does. So this section here, a lot cleaner. This is about 3 or 4 minutes of oven cleaner. You can see the oxidized aluminium from this old girl. She has had, a bit of a rough life. Cleans up quite nicely. So once we get the gurney onto this as well, that'll take some more off. I believe probably going to end up painting this if it doesn't turn out looking pretty. The rocker covers will be painted, so obviously we want to get as much crap out of here as possible. And yeah, like I said, while it's still sealed up like this, it's a good chance just to get the bulk of the grease and grime without getting too much crap throughout the motor. Obviously you don't want it pushing crap into the motor when you're gurneying it or water blasting it. And yeah, you obviously don't want water in there either. Obviously water in engines aren't too compatible. Goes without saying really, you don't want water inside the motor. Even if you are completely tearing it apart like we are, we want to minimize the amount of water we get in there. That also minimizes the debris that the water can carry into the motor. So for instance, with us, we're not doing the bottom end, we are doing the heads and stuff, and everything is coming off, but that doesn't mean that the water's not going to travel down, taking all our little bits of debris into the oil pan or wherever it's going to go. So we want to kind of mask everything off. I like to use painter's tape. It's pretty good, pretty sticky, or quality painter's tape. It's a little bit more expensive. You can also use duct tape, that works well, but it tends to leave a good amount of residue when you're finished, whereas painter's tape, not so much, and it still holds on when wet. We need to obviously cover off our ports. So these turbos are going back to TME. The turbos up there are obviously going on. They are a trade and exchange kind of process, kind of system they use. So they send you a pair of CNC machined high flow turbos, you send yours back and you get your deposit back. So we're going to make sure these are in pristine prime condition. So we'll mask off the inducer, exducer, which actually you probably don't really need to, probably just chuck a rag in the exhaust there. Intercooler piping, throttle body, there's little bits like this that we'll just mask around. We can clean it by hand once we've pulled all the tape back off, but the bulk of it we want to get done at the moment. Obviously little ports like this so we don't get water in the clutch slave. Yes, you can get water inside. I guess it's a no-brainer really. I actually like to get the gurney in both ends and really just blast as much crap out of the coolant jackets as possible. We've got our output shaft here, needs to be sealed, axles, all of that, basically. So no water gets in this old girl. You can see she is fairly filthy down the front here. So these are alloy heads and they don't hook it. So we've got a few gaskets that are going to need replacing, like these rocker covers and stuff. But you'll see the engine will really scrub up well once we get a fair bit of that, get out of it mosquito, fair bit of the oven cleaner on there. Oh, and if you are using the oven cleaner method, try it somewhere that you're not really going to see it first, just to make sure it doesn't oxidize your particular alloy or steel or whatever you're cleaning first. So I've done it here on the gearbox. You'll see it's cleaned up pretty damn well. And the same on the intake manifold on the top. And yeah, you just want to make sure it's not going to eat into it. It's not going to do anything detrimental if you spray the whole damn thing and then realize, well, shit, it's just buggered all the alley. So yeah, yeah, don't forget to do that. Fuel system needs blocking off as well. Not so much in this instance. Rails and everything need to come off and be hand cleaned. Ejectors are all being changed to brand newies, so not really too fussed for my particular little setup that I've got going on. The loom as well, I'm not too fussed on. Obviously I don't want to drench it, but I'm not really too fussed. Sensors obviously do not need a gurney rammed down their throat, but they can get wet, and we just go with the compressed air afterwards, run it through, clean everything off. Yeah, not really rocket science, but I guess some of these things have to be said. Alrighty, so step one, some strong ass strong degreaser. Shake her up well, give it a quick soak, and then we're going to hit it with the gurney just to loosen up a lot of this kind of crud here, so when we get our oven cleaner on there, it's going to have like a better chance of really getting the heavy stuff, like the real nasty crap, instead of it just settling on top of all the kind of stuff that's floating around on top. Oh, we get it outside and look how nasty that is. Oh yeah, big old iron block, 2.5 litre, big iron block. Look at the size of the thing. You can see we've got everything kind of taped off. Still need to do our outputs, axles, output shaft, but we'll give it a quick soak to start with while I tape those up, and then yeah, let's get into it. We'll give her a quick gurney. Yeah, right. Oh, so definitely recommend wearing a mask for this stuff. Not too pleasant if you breathe it in. Not too pleasant at all. He's spastic. So we got about 5 minutes with this crap on. You can see there's a little bit on there. You can see it's already doing its business, loosening up all that crap. So you just want to get this on, give it a good scrub with a stiff brush. We're not trying to clean the whole motor, we're just trying to get the majority of the stuff off, so when we get to our parts cleaner, we don't have to go over literally every piece. And yeah, you can see even just with a degreaser, she cleaned up pretty good. Especially this whole area here, we had the split axle, all the grease in here. So this should get majority of the other crap off too. Yeah, we've left it for a hot minute. You can see the foaming, all the goodness dripping off. Delicious. So it's still doing its thing, but we don't want to leave it on for too long. And it's been probably about 7 minutes. I had a quick scroll as you do. Looks pretty good. You just go through and scrub all the really dark spots, give it a scrub and just spray over it again. That's pulling up all the oil. That's why it's a lot darker than the rest. But once that's done, definitely grab yourself some seedy drug dealer type safety glasses, because you don't want this being gurneyed into your eyeballs, into eye holes. Not good. Definitely clean them out, but you probably won't be seeing any time in the future. So yeah, chuck some shades on, give it a good gurney, make sure you get everything off. Compressed air, blow it dry, should be good. First look, definitely came up grouse. So much cleaner than what it was. This guy's probably going to need to be painted. We got some pretty heavy oxidization, but that's not a problem. You look at the box itself. Oof, she has come up pretty damn tidy. This isn't the final clean, but it's just to get everything clean enough that we can get it into the parts washer without having to change all the oil in the parts washer every 5 minutes. So that starts getting pretty expensive. You can see this front section here is worlds cleaner, so much better. Like if you were gonna put this back in as is, you'd just blow it off and I'd actually be fine with that. I'm gonna have the heads off, so I'm gonna give them a clean. There's still some crap stuck in these little crevices because, wow, it's a pretty complex little area to try and get cleaner and stuff in, but I can actually see the oil neck for the oil filter here now, which was completely black before, and that's that guy in there. And yeah, no, she's come up pretty bloody good. We'll get some compressed air, dry it off a little bit, let it sit overnight. Need to get some WD-40 onto these exhaust studs because I guarantee they're going to be a pain in the dick. So we get some of that on tonight too. I'll let it sit, and then tomorrow what we need to do is we need to get the transfer case off. So we've got some big boy bolts. Get the transfer case off, and then we'll pull the trans off as well. That way we can get the engine itself onto the stand I have set up over there. Get some more cleaning done on this box. Definitely cleaned up the shifter linkage and stuff real nice. Oh, they shift the box here, so that's good. Have to go through and re-grease that, just make sure it's all nice and above board. I actually thought that pulling the motor we bent this bracket, but it was not actually bent. It's meant to be like that. You can see the angle, it lines up perfect. Pretty sturdy looking guy. Yeah, whew. It's like $5.50 per can of the oven cleaner, so very cheap. That's like $11, and the amount of time that I'll save not having to hand scrub literally everything is ridiculous actually. So that's definitely the new way that I'll be doing this. So usually I would just do the first step, which was just the gurney, degrease, gurney, bit of a scrub. And it did come up good, like you saw how it came up. It did come up pretty good, but this way it's just so much nicer. So much nicer, a little bit more involved in preparation, but end result, okay, so I'm going to get this down, compress air onto it, dry it out, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so next day, everything's clean, we dried it off with compressed air, a couple of rags. How good is that? Looks bloody fantastic. There's a little bit of oxidization from, well, just the cleaning chemical. Yes, that all wipes off. You can use like a soft brush to brush it off. This is not the final clean, so it's not a huge issue or a huge worry for me because I gotta pull the whole thing apart anyway, and we can get in there with just a rag, some WD-40 or degreaser, and just wipe down. Here we go. Just little spots like that, and then just the dustiness kind of wipes off, so it's not a problem. The main goal, which we achieved, was to remove all the large chunks, big sections of grease, like around at the front of this guy, like you saw. That was nasty. We can actually see the aluminium now, which is good. Oh, wow. Yeah, perfect. So that pretty much concludes cleaning the engine with oven cleaner. Concludes, and kind of, you know, I think it's a justified method. Works pretty damn well. Gonna keep doing it in the future. It's cheap, it's easy, and it's fast. You don't really get those things too often, so bloody good. Yeah, next up we're going to pull the trans off, pull the transfer case, the trans, and mount it on the stand, but that's going to be a completely new video. I'm just going to make another one for that so I can document and show you how to pull that stuff off a little bit more accurately. And if you're not interested in that, then you don't have to watch it, and vice versa. If you're interested in that but don't want to watch it cleaning, you don't have to. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate the views, appreciate all the comments and stuff that I really slack at getting back at. But yeah, any questions, any queries, comment section, and again, thank you.